Hey Sagittarius, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys. Sagittarius. All right, Saggy. Okay. All right, Sag, so let's see. You guys have the Page of Pentacles. This is for your current energy. I feel like there's something, you're maybe expecting some type of message, or I wonder if there's something that you're like learning about something, okay? Maybe wanting to explore something here, all right? You know what I'm also getting? I'm almost getting this as like mixed with like the Page of Swords. It's like you had like some idea or something like that, and maybe this is just like you're ready to learn more about it, or, you know, there's something. So, all right. Let's see. You guys have the Six of Pentacles, and this is showing up in your environment. So this feels like there's an exchange between you and a situation in your environment or a person in your environment. It's almost, you know, I got to tell you, Sag, for some of you guys, maybe it's that you have a message to give somebody, okay? That could possibly be it. And I also, yeah, I'm still getting that Page of Swords wrapped up with this Page of Pentacles here. I swear. This is like, you know what it is? It almost feels like there was an idea planted or something about that, okay? Or you overheard something, or I don't know, something like that, okay? And now I feel like it's like grown legs, or you know what I'm saying, like yeah, hearing something, overhearing something, something like that, okay? Or being interested in something and then being like, how do I kind of like turn this into something, that kind of thing. All right. Okay, so I'm like, are you giving somebody something, or are you expecting that somebody is going to like reach out to you with a message? Like, what's going on? So let's see. You have the Ace of Cups. This is showing up actually for part of your challenge. So all right, maybe there is a challenge in a love situation, all right? That could be for some of you guys. And then for others of you, I wonder if you're like doubting your intuition on something, or if you're maybe feeling like maybe your heart's not really involved in something, okay? That kind of thing. I will also say it could very well be that maybe whatever this is, like the message or, you know, extending something here, like correspondence of some sort. I wonder if maybe the challenge is that it's like emotionally based, okay? That kind of thing. Or if you're seeing something as like maybe a missed opportunity, all right? There might be some like nervousness, or I don't know, something like that, okay? All right, I even wonder if you're like, I don't know if I want to even like accept this, or if I want to give this thing, you know? Again, I can't tell so far if you're like wanting to give somebody something, or if this is like a personal thing that you're working on, or, you know, that kind of thing. So, all right, you have the Eight of Cups, and this is showing up for your opportunity. So I feel like you have the opportunity to kind of walk away from something if you're feeling like your heart's not in it, or you're feeling like maybe emotionally unsatisfied in some capacity, okay? What I would also say is if this has anything to do with like your intuition, that kind of stuff, maybe there's something that's like not sitting right, or you're like, that goes against my intuition. If that's the case, I feel like you have the opportunity to be like, yeah, well, that doesn't fit, that doesn't resonate, that doesn't fit, whatever the heck it is, and maybe moving on to something that, you know, is more like in line with whatever you want, or something that you're feeling like that's going to be more fulfilling, or that's going to be more fulfilling. I want to say like fulfillment, like fulfilled. I mean, I just said that like 19 times, but all right, so let's see. Let's get your oracle cards out, and then we will clarify and see what else we can get for you. All right. Okay. All right, so let's see. Sag. Okay, so part of this might be like maybe a bittersweet kind of situation, okay? That might be something that we're dealing with. All right. Yeah, or like you were expecting something, you intuitively felt something, and then like that didn't happen. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. I wonder if the High Priestess is going to come out here. I don't know. Or the Nine of Swords. I'm almost getting like that combination. So let's see what's up, Sag. All right, so neither one of those cards came out. Ten of Cups at the bottom, so that's pretty good. So all right, let's get into this now. So all right, You have number 2, Taurus, cultivate. This is showing up for your current energy. So yeah, that's kind of like right in line with that Page of Pentacles. There is something that I feel like you're, working on, or you're putting, having something like grow roots, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is probably in like the beginning stages of something. So you have it with the Star card previous to this. So I feel like there was something in the past that I think that you were, you know what I got to tell you? I was going to say like there was an energy of like hope, that kind of stuff, maybe, but I more so understand this as possibly doing like maybe deep work or deep healing, that kind of stuff. And I also think that there might be something here where in the past you might have been like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is like, I was like, it's almost like I was put here for a reason. Like there's something that I need to do this. Like, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. I really do understand this Star card as like being like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this feels natural, something about that. Okay. I really do understand that. And I'll also tell you another thing. I think that there's something here where I think you care deeply about like, maybe, the people around you, or like the world in general, something like that. Okay. That's kind of what I'm understanding. You might have even gotten like a good amount of attention for something in the past, all right, that kind of stuff. But I feel like this is the energy of you like pouring into yourself and also pouring into others, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe even like being like a major source of help for somebody else, or receiving a major source of help. What I understand here's what I think, Sag. If you have like say received like let's say a message of hope, I almost understand that. Then I feel like you're in the energy currently of being like, yeah, I'm gonna like make that like the thing that I think about, or that's going to, and that's where I'm getting that Page of Swords energy from. It's like, that's the thing that I'm going to like keep in my head, or something like that, in order to like grow roots on something else, or to be able to like expand your energy, or kind of see where there is ability to like grow, expansive energy, that kind of stuff. Okay. I'm definitely understanding that. So I got to tell you, it does feel kind of hopeful. All right. But I feel like I feel like things are getting better. That's what I want to say. So, all right. Okay, so you have in your environment, you have the 3 of Swords with this 6 of Pentacles here. So I feel like in the past there was maybe some type of, I think something maybe like broke, or something was like separated in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe something that, maybe you were wanting to give somebody to something and it physically broke, okay, like literally like it broke in some sense, okay, that kind of thing. Wonder if maybe there's a Taurus person involved in whatever this is, okay. You have Taurus energy on your current energy, and then in the environment you also have Taurus energy. You actually have Taurus energy with Libra, so this could even be like Venus, something like that. You do have this Ace of Cups showing up for part of your challenge, so it could be that there's like love, Venus, that kind of stuff. But I'm more so getting like like an expansion of some sort. All right. So, okay. Why am I feeling like I wonder if somebody gave you something that did not work, or you received something that was broken, or I don't know, maybe you're like a fixer upper, or you're like a handyman of some sort, or somebody, or you need somebody in that capacity, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could be part of whatever this is. All right. I'm even wondering if maybe in your environment there is maybe some grief, or like again, heartbreak of some sort, maybe because one thing was chosen over another thing. Okay, or where somebody was like placing their time, attention, that kind of stuff. I wonder if that was cutting into something that you were trying to get going. You know what I'm saying? That something like that. So, all right. Let's see. You guys have the Weaver, rediscovery and transition, and this is showing up for your challenge. All right, the Weaver, rediscovery and transition, and then you have it with this 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So I do think that there's possibly a challenge in maybe moving on from something, okay? Or yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I was saying like it feels like something is getting better, and I definitely said something about like a bittersweet energy. So that might be part of whatever it is maybe accepting. I don't know if it's a loss, but at the very least, it's like, maybe having a little bit of a hard time moving on from a particular thing, especially if this is maybe something in the past that you were maybe a particular coworker, or somebody that you were working together in a particular group. There might be something about that. Okay. That might be, I don't know, part of the challenge here. I also, Yeah, I wonder if there was even something where somebody was, or you or whoever here was maybe trying to like put something together, and I wonder if there was just like there's emotions attached to whatever this is. It's like I'm trying to follow the plan, or I'm trying to put this thing together, but there's still this like emotional attachment or something like that, or you're feeling like maybe somebody's heart again isn't really like involved in something, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, there might have even been an energy of like a collaboration, working together with other people, that kind of stuff. I'm wondering if this Ace of Cups here, again, just a missed opportunity in something, you know, that kind of stuff, and maybe having a hard time moving on from that, or a hard time like kind of seeing like what is the next step now, you know. But I will say with this Taurus cultivate energy, it still feels like there's an energy of like still pushing forward, or being like, well, I'm gonna like kind of make this work, you know, that kind of stuff. At the very least, not like giving up on something, all right, that kind of thing. All right. So let's see. You guys have the Sun card, and then you have it with the Chariot reverse for part of this challenge. So there is something about, like, I want to say doing something that you feel, I almost want to say I want to say going back to like a childhood dream, or going back to like something that like when you were a kid, you're like, I always wanted to do that, or something about that, you know. There might be something about that in there, okay? Doing something that, again, like makes you just like makes you happy, that kind of stuff. What I also want to say is with this Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Sun card, this actually feels like growth, like literally like a plant or something like that, okay? Like photosynthesis, I almost want to say, like that kind of stuff, okay? I do understand that. All right, so I'm not really sure what that, I'm definitely getting like growth in the terms of, again, like plants. Okay, that kind of stuff. Like I'm even understanding you possibly, it's like, you know, what the heck is that movie? Alice in Wonderland, there we go. And like they cut the roses or something like that. Like I'm almost getting that this is like somebody cut my plant, and somebody, I don't know, you gave somebody took something, they cut it and gave it to somebody. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but I'm definitely like seeing that, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe you were dealing with somebody who was like a my way or the highway type of person, that kind of thing, okay? So yes, I do feel like, for, you know, going back to this challenge here, I do feel like there's something about maybe shedding light on something, or literally putting something in the sun. Or this could again just be like, hey, you know, you're maybe in the past you were thinking of like what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to like pour into, that kind of stuff, okay? And I feel like part of that is like healing yourself through doing something fun, or giving yourself attention, or bringing attention to a particular thing, something like that, okay? Revealing something here. You have the reverse Chariot with it, so it feels like it's gonna maybe I want to say regain control of something, all right? I wonder if something was maybe something grew out of control here, okay? That kind of thing, all right? That could be part of it. And what I'll also say, if something is maybe taking a long time to get up and running, that I wonder if it's like, hey, putting a bunch of like, again, sunlight, putting a lot of attention on something, or like bringing something out in the open, that kind of stuff, or feeling like, you know what, I'm okay with like being like exposed in a particular way, then I wonder if that energy might be something to like pick up speed, or it's going to be like, okay, now the momentum is going to start like going faster, whatever the heck it is. And I do understand something about like regaining control on something. So you have the Eight of Swords. This is showing up as what to avoid. I would say avoid staying in the same place as you are, or avoid feeling like you're trapped into something, you know, that kind of stuff. I would also say avoid like any like victimization mentality, okay? Definitely putting the power back in like your hands, all right? That kind of stuff. All right. Okay, so you have the Champion, achievement and downfall. This is showing up for your opportunity. So the Champion, achievement and downfall. This is showing up for your opportunity, so I kind of feel like you have an opportunity to have some type of achievement here, okay, that kind of stuff. But here's what I'm understanding. There might be something that you have to break away with first in order to kind of like grab a hold of this achievement, that kind of thing. And I do think that that's where this Weaver energy is coming in, okay, that kind of stuff. Weaver isn't, dude, okay, I might be really wrong on this, but isn't that like a type of bug or something? Like no, that's a boll weevil. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but I don't know, all that like growing references. I was like, I feel like that's like a type of like bug of some sort. I don't know. We're going to keep moving on, but I do think that there's something in that, okay? That kind of thing. For others of you, I swear to God, I wonder if there is something to do with like beauty products, okay? Like I'm getting this weaver as like a weave you would put in your hair. You know, for some of you guys, maybe that's what it is, okay? I have no idea. But I kind of am understanding that. So that's interesting. That, I don't know, maybe that could be showing up as like a problem. Maybe it's like a hard time. I don't know. Let's figure this out. So, all right, okay. So back to your opportunity. Yes, you do have the champion, achievement, downfall. So again, I feel like there's something in the terms of like maybe having to move away from something and then having an achievement of some sort. Okay, that kind of stuff. So you have the Page of Cups and you have it with the Eight of Cups here. So all right, again, I feel like there is something, there's a lot of like loving energy or a lot of intuition, that kind of stuff, okay, certainly could be. And for some of you guys, this could also just be like nurturing something that maybe was like, I want to say abandoned in the past, or like a dream that like wasn't actualized, or you had to like move on, or, whatever it is, that kind of stuff. So you have the Page of Cups in the past energy. Again, I feel like this is you guys being like, well, I think this is possible, or I always thought this was possible. It almost feels like, I got to tell you, with the Three of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in your environment as well, this could be somebody who maybe like said something and was like, I don't know, said something, I almost want to say like overstepping their boundaries, or saying something that kind of like put out your fire, kind of like put out something that maybe you were like, oh, this is what I'm going to do, or this is the thing that makes me feel like I'm like reaching for the stars, or, something about that. I also think that there's like a real like play between like, I want attention, I don't want attention, I want attention, I don't want attention. I understand that. I don't know. I really don't know what that's about, but I 100% get that. Okay. So, all right. So yeah, I do feel like there's something here that in the past there was like this energy of like, this is possible, or I have a feeling that this is possible, or just a particular feeling in general, that kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe even searching for something, or, something like that. Okay. And then I feel like your opportunity now is to walking away from something, but it has to be like, I know I can either get out of this thing, or I know I can find something that is like a better fit, or I know that there's something like better for me, something like that. Okay. That's where I think this Eight of Swords is also coming into play. Like, don't keep yourself like captive or stuck in something that you're knowing that like, I'm meant for more. Or I can like, I want to like, I almost want to say going from like a small town to like a big city. I don't know, something like that. I almost want to say, something in that capacity. So yeah, definitely this is like a reading where it's like, okay, I want to expand, I want to grow, but it's like you have to kind of make those moves, or at least like believe in yourself, and also come to terms with something that maybe was not working out, or having to close the door on something, that kind of stuff. Okay. So, all right, you have the Moon card and you have it with the Queen of Pentacles here for part of your opportunity. So there's definitely something about like, I want to say not letting your fear like drive the car. I don't know, something like that. All right. It's like this, first of all, the Star card, the Sun card, and the Moon card. This is cool. Sagittarius, I think you guys are extremely like deeply emotionally aware, super intuitive, that kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe even like a creative type of person, or there's something that it's like, what do they say? Like, you touch something and it like turns to gold, that kind of stuff. I swear to God, I almost feel like that's like part of your energy. I think that you're not believing in that, or you've experienced some type of disappointment, maybe multiple disappointments in the past, that is kind of shaping your outlook on what's currently happening or what's currently available to you. All right, that kind of stuff. So yes, I definitely feel like this is like, you know what, you got to like work past fears, that kind of stuff. And I'll even say there might be something about like mothering or parenting, or just the way that you're taking care of something, taking care of yourself, your house, even whatever the heck it is, there's something about that. I feel like going into something with an energy of like, yeah, you know what, maybe this is like, I don't know what's going to be, like I got to go under the surface. Like I have to dive deeper. It's something about that. That's really what I'm feeling. I feel like this is either going to bring you a sense of stability, or a sense of like feeling more comfortable with something. But here's the thing. You can't feel more comfortable until you face all the stuff that, again, maybe you're feeling like, this is scary to me, or I can't really see what is going on, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's like, I don't know. There's something like that. And I also want to say something about like, light cycles, or I don't even know what the hell I'm trying to say. Like light cycles, or like day and night. There's, I don't know, something like that. I'm not really sure. I feel like that is maybe like an intuitive message. Maybe it's going to make sense to you, that kind of thing. So, all right. What I'll also say is like every single time that you do something that you're kind of nervous about or facing, like even subconscious fears, like you're going to feel more comfortable with whatever that is the next time it's presented to you. And I'm really kind of getting that energy for you guys for your opportunity. So it feels kind of amazing. But I don't think it's like an easy thing, but I think you're at the point where you're like, well, this is what I need to do. I need to like break out of my shell or something like that. So, all right, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I feel like this is avoiding like being a perfectionist about something, but I also think it's avoiding, like if you know there's like another way to do something, or there's a way to kind of maybe even like, yeah, another way to do something, maybe it's like, try that. But I also want to say avoid like constantly checking in on results for something, you know, that kind of stuff. You know what this is making me think of? You know, when like, say you do like, slow cook barbecue, okay? You know how like you're really not meant to like check the grill or the whatever the heck it is, the barbecue, like you're not supposed to check it. You're supposed to just kind of like let like the smoke simmer in there, and I don't know. You're not supposed to open up the lid, okay? Because all the steam's gonna come out, that kind of stuff. That's almost what I'm getting, is like you don't need to like constantly check in on something, or I don't know, something like that. That it's like letting something kind of do what it's doing for a little bit. So, all right. So that's what I have for you guys, Sagittarius. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.